Good morning, everyone. It's Michelle Hill with Southern Inspirations, and I am finally back with y'all to finish this nightstand. Hold on, this camera does not want to be still. It keeps kind of turning on me. I have all these new tripods that I'm trying out that do all these fancy things, and I think I have it ready when it's time to go live. Good morning, Sharon. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Y'all, today I am going to distress and wax the nightstand that I showed y'all how I chalk painted a couple of weeks ago, and I apologize that it's been a minute since I've gotten back on here to show y'all this part. It's been a little crazy, as you know. Hey, Sharon, tell me if you hear any of the construction noise across the street, because I've got the garage door open because it's kind of humid and hot out here. It was stuffy with the garage door down, but there's new construction going on across the street, and I hear a saw and a hammer and all these things. So anybody, if it gets too loud and you hear that construction stuff, please let me know. Make a comment and I'll put that garage door back down. Oh, good. Thank you, Sharon. Well, at any time, if it gets too noisy, let me know. All right, so let me know. I see 4 or 5 of y'all on so far. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Saturday morning. Would you drop a comment if you did watch when I chalk painted? I'm just curious, and I didn't think to look to see who all had watched before. Just curious, so drop if you watch me chalk paint it. So I'm gonna, just as a refresher, I'm gonna show you what I painted it with, the products that I used, beginning with the cleaning, and then I've done just a little bit of distressing so far, but then I'll show you how to do it depending on your style, how much you want it distressed, and then I'll show you how I go about waxing. So you may remember this nightstand behind me, right there, without the drawers. Hey Lisa, good morning. It was black, and so I have painted it with this silver mink. It's Maison Blanc brand, which is my favorite brand of chalk paint. But before I painted it, I cleaned it, because you may remember if you watched, it had been sitting in the garage for a while, so it collected dust and cobwebs. So I used this cleaner, this Maison Blanc cleaner and prep, just with a rag. I always have lots of old rags on hand. Just cleaned it real well and let it dry thoroughly. You may remember last time too that I mentioned sometimes I'll just use Clorox wipes, but now, because we're using Clorox wipes for much more important reasons than cleaning a nightstand, I had this on hand. And honestly, y'all, just a good wet rag works. You just want it clean and get the dust off of it. So I cleaned it, and then I ended up putting 3 coats of the silver mink. I think I had already done the second coat. I can't remember by the time that we finished being live together last time. But when I did my 3rd coat, good morning, Stephanie. When I did my 3rd coat, it was really just a light coat. I didn't have to put that much, because you may remember I mentioned that this stuff has great coverage. So it's fully covered, and I've kind of wiped it off again just with a dry rag, because it has been sitting in the garage a couple weeks. So today I'm going to distress it, and for distressing, I brought my I started to say wax paper, y'all, sandpaper. Y'all know how much I'm in the kitchen, so I guess my head was on wax paper. Sandpaper, and then I've got some sanding blocks. Now let's talk about your grain. Really, anything works. Again, it goes back to how much do you want it distressed, and then how comfortable are you. So if you use, I think this is like a 80, it may be more coarse than that, this little block, but this is this is a 180, which is very fine, and this is a 120. So really, it's kind of whatever you have on hand. And to me, it's all about the pressure anyway. For the distressing that I've already done, I just use this 180, because y'all, for this particular piece, I'm not distressing it that much. I have done pieces before where there's a deeper distressing, but I really just wanted very light. So for this particular project, the 180 is is perfect, and literally I don't even have to put that much pressure, especially if I just want to get to the black. Y'all remember I said we can stop at the black, but then you can go deeper to get to that original wood. And so there's just a couple of places where I'm doing that on this piece, and rather than using the more coarse to do that, it wasn't even necessary. I just applied a little more pressure with this sandpaper, and I was able to get there. So shortly I'm going to move the camera to get it closer so y'all can see what I've done so far, and hopefully be able to see as I'm working. Before I do that, I want to walk through everything else that I have here so I can minimize the amount of time I have to take the camera back and forth. So that's my sandpaper. Wax. Okay, I have so much fun with wax, y'all. And I'll just encourage you, don't be scared if you've never done it before, or if you're talking to friends about it and they're worried about it. Really just start out light, and then you can do with it whatever you want to. Personally, I put clear on everything. I just think it gives it a nice little finish. It's depending on where you're going to use the piece, it's not even necessary, but I just think it gives it that final little look. It just looks polished, and when I say polished, I don't necessarily mean shiny, but it just looks kind of complete. So for pieces that I'm not going to distress at all, I may antique them, which we'll talk about, that, but if I'm not going to do any distressing, meaning I don't need my sandpaper, then I will start, if I am going to antique it, give it that kind of look, I will do my darker wax first and get that exactly like I want it in the places where I want it, and then let it dry well. And then I come back with the clear, and I do the clear on the entire piece. And I always, I've already thrown up this old rag that I kind of wiped it off. I always have a couple extra rags on hand. And then my wax brush, and this is just a little round brush. And y'all, I use, for my waxing, sometimes you'll see me use the brush, and sometimes you'll see me, put it on with the rag. I've done it both ways, so you'll see me pick up the brush some and pick up the rag some. It's what you get comfortable with and what you feel good about. All right, we talked about the cleaner, we talked about the paint. Again, my favorite brand, but Annie Sloan and Magnolia and other brands I know are great. This is just the one that I started with, so I keep using it. I always have some paper towels on hand, bottle of water, and if I wasn't doing this live, I'd have some good tunes going on Pandora. I'm so thirsty, y'all. Okay, so bear with me as I get this camera moved. And y'all know I'm in my garage, and so I've got, the rain boots and old garden shoes. Garden. Like I have a garden. Old tennis shoes. So y'all will see that. My trash can's back there, but hopefully it's not too messy for y'all. Gosh, how many of y'all are trying to get used to working from home with your spouse? Brad and I are now in the same home office. He's bringing home all this stuff from his current office. Now, forgive me, I have a runny nose, just a little clear drainage. I think allergies, the pollen is nuts. We were going to be in the same office anyway before coronavirus, but that just really, we had to go into fast track mode with that, and so now we've been getting the home office arranged for both of us to be in there. And I'm little Miss OCD, everything has a place. And so, hey Tammy, how are you? Good morning. So I have got stuff in my garage that I'm just grinning through it, going, okay, I know this is not going to be in here forever. It's going to get organized. So anyway, y'all just ignore all that stuff. All right, so I'm going to try to get this camera situated. So y'all just hang tight, go get you a bottle of water or take a break or whatever. It won't take me but a minute, but let's see. And I may have to adjust it a couple of different times, so y'all tell me I'm getting used to this new tripod, and so I'm going to bend it down, but it becomes a little bit top heavy with my phone. Y'all see all the boots and rope and whatever over there? And I've got a light on. Let me see if I could turn it. How about that? Y'all tell me. Comment. I want to kind of work on this corner right here, and I want y'all to be able to see it well. So give me a thumbs up if you think that's okay. I've got my extra little LED light on my tripod, so I'm hoping that helps. All right, I'm gonna get back down on my knees. This becomes harder and harder to do as you get older. Really, it's the getting up part. All right, so this is just, like I said, I had 3 coats of paint, and I should have shown y'all what I've done already, but that's okay. I'm gonna start, and right here, I'm just gonna sand down to get to the black, and then I'll do a couple of other places where I sand all the way down to the original wood. I'm gonna show y'all just how easy this is. It's just, all right, y'all let me know, comment if I need to do something different or move it around different, but, so literally, and I don't want my head to be in the way either. I'm gonna go on the other side so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, this is better. So I've just got a whole piece that I just folded, you know, and then I just start kind of, y'all, I'm barely putting any pressure literally on. And see, we're already to the black. And get a little bit closer. Did y'all see that okay? Where we're down to the black. And I mentioned earlier for this particular piece, I just don't want much distressing. If I did, I would just keep going. But that's literally all the exposure that I want right there. But what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to go a little bit deeper because on these corners, I do want to get down to that original wood past the black. So we're just going to do it again. Look at there, how quick that was. Get a little bit closer. Y'all see that? I'm holding it. There we go. Okay. Have to be so careful with this thing. So it doesn't topple over on us. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go around all the way around this top. I'm not going to do any distressing on the top. I am going to do some wax on the top though. So if y'all want to hang on, I'm literally just going to go around the whole thing and do this right here. It won't take very long, and then we'll do the drawers. I want y'all to see these drawers. If you watched last time, you may remember how I painted just right over the handle. So y'all comment if you have any questions, and let me know if you hear the construction. Sharon said she couldn't hear it across the street. Come back over here. Just a little bit of black exposure right there. That's it. A little bit, okay? And then I'll go ahead and turn it around with the drawers out. It's not real heavy. And I had done this before I went live, if y'all can see that. I'm gonna go a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm gonna a little bit of black, and you'll see right there, I got down to the little bit of wood, just a little bit. That's okay. Again, it's personal preference and what you want. Now, what I will do, well, let me go ahead and do the sides too. Just a little bit. I know y'all can't see this, but I'm literally just getting it down to where it has that little bit of black exposure. Y'all, I really like that with the silver mink. I just like the look that just that little bit of black exposure gives with down to the wood on the corners. A little bit there, a little bit over here. And y'all too, you don't necessarily want to do it in the exact same places all the way around. I think it's neat to, you know, one, you may have higher up on this side, and on this side you may go a little bit lower. One side may be a little bit deeper and exposed than the other side. I'm gonna do a little bit on these back corners. I'm not doing anything on the sides. And then I may go come this little lip right here. I might do just, see how that's kind of in the middle. So I may do like a little right here. Just a little hair there and a little bit here. I have done some pieces, y'all, where there was like a whole lot of distressing. I like just different styles. I'm doing a little bit on the bottom of it. I know y'all can't see. Let me see. Give it the once over. This side over here. Y'all tell me what you're doing today. Y'all have any home projects you're working on? I wanted to get out here and get this done before the rain started. I'm glad that it's painted because I don't like painting on humid days, and it is so humid right now. But the waxing's okay. All right, I'm gonna move this back. And here's the drawer, one of the drawers, and see there's a little handle that I just painted right over. And because I'm not doing a whole lot of distressing, this one piece of sandpaper is going to be more than enough. I've gone through quite a bit before, but not today. A little bit there. I'll do some down here. Okay, a little bit on the corners. Now that corner. I hope y'all are staying in and healthy and safe. Y'all, I literally have not been off my property. I won't say out of the house because I'm trying to go walking every day. I've missed a couple of days in the neighborhood. Or I'll go sit out back by the pool or on the screened-in porch, which is very nice. It was so nice out there last night. But beyond that, y'all, I have been nowhere since March 11th. Hannah and I had to go to Oxford to get her stuff when Ole Miss announced, along with other Mississippi universities and now universities across the nation, that her courses would be online. I'll get to talking and distress too much, so I better stop. Oh, I was gonna do the handle. Just a little bit. Now see, on this, y'all may remember, it was a brass handle. I don't want a whole lot of the brassy to show, but I'm okay with a little bit of it showing. So that's plenty. I'll do the other one. So anyway, Hannah and I went to Mississippi, to Oxford to get her stuff, loaded up her car. We were in her car, and while we were there, we did order from Mug Shots. Do we have Mug Shots here in Little Rock? I can't remember. I don't know if we do or not, but we ordered out, went and picked it up and took it and ate it there. And we were back home. We were there on a Tuesday, And we got back home Wednesday morning. We got up early. We loaded our car up Tuesday night. We got up early Wednesday morning. We were back in Little Rock by 11 or 11:30, just before lunch. And I might have told a little bit of fib. Seems like I went to Kroger here in Maumelle maybe that afternoon or the next day, pretty soon, and made a quick run through. But y'all, I have not been back since. Brad stopped one time and got a few little things on our list after that. And then yesterday morning early, I got online and I went ahead and put my, I know it's not called click list anymore at Kroger, but that's still what I call it. I did my click list order with Kroger, and the first availability they had was Sunday, tomorrow at between 1 and 2, and so I'm picking that up. So, like, not going into that store. Crazy times, y'all, crazy times. Gosh. And I'm a huge supporter of small business. Y'all probably know that. And I want to do everything I can to support businesses through this time. But y'all, I even had reservations about getting takeout. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm wanting to be like as safe, as I can. And I know that they're probably wearing their gloves and their masks and stuff. But the key word is probably. Like, I don't know that for sure. And then I don't know who they're around when they go home. They being the workers, whoever's preparing the food. I don't know. And y'all know I love to cook anyway. So for me, and I will buy some gift cards because I know that's another way. That's going to be how I support. I'm going to buy gift cards and use them later. Whew, okay, I'm working up a sweat. I get to talking, y'all, and anyway, you know how that is. All right, I'm going to tell you one other thing I do before I wax. And that is, have I still got the one? Yeah, I've still got the 180, so real fine. I go over the whole thing very lightly with no intent of distressing anywhere, but just to give it a nice smooth finish. Y'all know how that a very fine sandpaper will just smooth things out. So I'm just gonna like kind of a messy sand, if that makes sense. Not trying to distress anything. Just like, I just want to get it real smooth. So I know I'm being noisy. Kind of I'm about to wear this piece out on it. All right. Stephanie, I know you teach school. I guess you still are. Are you doing any of the ride-bys to go see your students, or how are you hanging in there? And gosh, I feel for parents who are at home homeschooling, who've been thrown into that. Whew, I don't know if I could do it. I'm so thankful that mine are beyond that age, but I have so much respect for those of y'all who are doing it. Yeah, those drawers probably got a little more distress than I originally intended because I was running my mouth, but it's gonna be so pretty. It's okay. All right, we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that messy. And yeah, it kind of can be a little bit of a messy job. So smooth, and I am going to do the sides again, not with the intent of distressing, but just to get it smooth. These black leggings are getting covered in this white stuff. do the bottom real quick, like bottom of the legs. And then these little areas in between drawers. Whoops. Y'all, I love this. It's therapy for me, stress relief, hobby. But I am thinking about offering it as a service. I've been putting a lot of thought and prayer into that. And I've even been working on an order form just in case. I got to learn how to get my order form on my website and do all that. Tammy, I know you're the expert in that stuff. All right, now I got to do this other side. But I got to thinking about it, and I said I could do it a couple different ways. I could either have like a virtual class, and you know, you have your piece at home, and we do it together. Or I could have folks drop off a piece at my house, on my porch, in my driveway, whatever. I pull it in, paint it. You come pick it up when it's done. We don't even have to see each other. So I'm just trying to think, as everybody right now, trying to be creative and things I can do to keep the wheels turning on the bank account, so to speak. Get some income in the house. And so, y'all know, hey Tanya, good to see you, high school friend. Y'all know that I'm a big, big proponent of using your skills, gifts, talents, abilities to help others, using those things you're passionate about, turn into a purpose to bless others, serve others. So I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Y'all let me know what you think. That's getting on. I don't know what. Oh, I see. There we go. Smooth that up a little bit. Wax will take care of that too. Y'all probably can't tell. Just a little bit. Me again running my mouth, getting to sanding too much. That's enough. All right. So now what I'm going to do is get all that residue off where I just sanded, and I'm literally just going to wipe it off. You don't want any of that on here when you get ready to wax. So I just wipe it off really, really well. That's it. Just get all the residue off there from your sanding. I know y'all can't feel this. I wish you could. Hey, April. It's so smooth. So smooth, so full coverage. All right, I'm gonna wipe these drawers down. So April, I was just telling them, I don't think you heard before you joined, I'm thinking about offering chalk painting as a service, either through virtual classes. You have a piece and we paint it together virtually, or I can have customers drop off a piece in my driveway. I can paint it, they can come get it. I don't know, thinking about it, praying about it. So this corner right here. April, how are you holding up with everybody in the house? All right, wipe this one down. Get ready to wax. Fun part, probably my favorite part. I just enjoy. Tanya, did I call you a high school buddy a minute ago? It just dawned on me. You're probably like shaking your head going, I'm not your high school buddy. You're my shifter buddy. I think I did say that. I thought you were a different Tanya. And I've even got my glasses on. LOL, right? All right, y'all ready to wax? I gotta have a drink of water after that. Hey, Leanne. Yay, my Maumelle Valley Estates buddies. Used to be former MVE buddies, right? All right, get the wax. After I get a drink of water. All right, so today I have, there's my light brown wax and I have clear wax. I mentioned earlier, I do clear wax over the whole thing. This piece, I'm not antiquing or distressing very much. I don't want it real heavy, but I'm gonna do some. So here's my light brown, and then I'll do clear over the whole thing. Gotta find my brush. My little wax brush, my little round wax brush. April, have you painted anything lately? I know you do some of this from time to time. All right, here we go, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna get my, show y'all what I do. If I happen to get too much brown for my liking, I just come behind it with a clear to tone it down. I wonder if I need to, that should be close enough, huh, for y'all to see. I just like randomly do it like that with my brush, and then I come back with my rag, and then a little bit of the clear, because I just don't want my battery's going low. I come back with my clear on top of it so that it's just not too dark. I just want a few of those little brown spots to show up. I know y'all probably can't see that from this angle. And then just kind of randomly do it, because again, I just don't want a whole lot. Some people, I think, probably use only the brushes. I just love using a rag. I don't know, I feel like I have more control with the overall look. And then, of course, I really like it when there's barely any left on here. And then I can just get it in to get that antique look wherever I want it. Very, very lightly. Whew, I am sweating. It is humid in this garage, y'all. Humid, humid, humid. Leanne, I talked to somebody else the other day that knows you, but I can't remember who it was. I think you know everybody. Or everybody knows Leanne. Yeah, all the different nonprofit leaders that I talk to. That's a small world, I think. All right, come back with my clear. I love this silver mink color. It's one of my favorites. That and the Franciscan gray, is that what it's called? But this silver mink to me is so pretty. I was telling them, yes, Leanne. I was telling the folks who were watching when I very first started, there's new construction going on directly across the street. So there's a saw and hammer and all that action. But Sharon said she couldn't hear it. So let me know if it does get noisy. I'm just kind of doing my thing on both sides. I'll post pictures of the finished product for everybody. The finished piece. And I get all this done and kind of like I want it. And then I go back and put clear over the entire thing. But I like to get the look that I want first. Let me see if I can. I still got to do that other side, but let's see. Trying to see if y'all could tell. I don't know if you could you kind of tell? You can a little bit see it. I think some of the little brown through there, but not too much. Okay. Ooh, this up and down action. Go through there like that. Get my clear. And again, at this point, I'm not worried that it's streaky looking and whatever, because again, I'm just trying to get that brown, barely light brown antique look, and then I'll go all the way back over it with my clear. A little bit here, I think I already did that earlier. Get that extra off of there. Now, I'm gonna check all the way around. Yep. That's really literally about all the light brown that I want on there. The drawers, I'll just do the same way. Leanne, your baby girl is so grown up. Oh my gosh, I cannot get over her. She's so pretty. And so sweet, like her mama. Hey, who else is on here? Somebody else comment. Looks like April might have dropped off already. I've had 2 or 3 different people kind of come in and out. Do a little bit more brown. This is so much fun. I love doing this. I love it, love it, love it. And it can take on so many different looks, you know. That's all I want on that drawer right there. When I talk to people about it who are kind of scared to do it or think they're going to mess it up, I'm like, no, you really can't. I mean, it can take on whatever look that fits your style, and you're not. My thing is, if you mess it up, go back and repaint it with some chalk paint. But I mean, you know, there are times when it's like, oops, I got a little bit too much brown or whatever. And that's why I like to use the rag, because you can apply that pressure to get the color that you want. Hey, Leanne, it's called, hey, Samantha. It's called Silver Mink. Let me get it for you real quick. It's this Maison Blanc brand, and the color is Silver Mink. It's so pretty. So I got it at, I think it's called Reinvented Vintage. They used to be in the shopping center by Breckenridge Theater, but they closed that one, and now they're on Soma, South Main. I always say on Soma because it's on a street. Is that right? but then in Soma would be the district. Is there a right or wrong to say it? Way to say it. But another one of my favorite colors, Leanne, is the Franciscan Gray. It's real pretty. And then, oh gosh, though, they're white though. I wish I could remember the name of the white. My favorite white. It's just not coming to me right now. Maybe I'll think of it later and comment. Okay, so really, I've got about all the brown that I want on here. And I'm going to start just doing white over the whole thing. And I am going to use my brush and just get it good covered in, I said white, I meant clear. My clear wax, and then I'll still go back and do my rag. And even if I get to a point somewhere in here where I'm like, ooh, I do want some more brown right there, I can still go in and do it. This stuff mixes and blends so well together. You can literally do what you want to do with it, to have as much or as little as you want. Hey, Alicia. What project are you working on today? I know you've been in your yard. I'm getting ready to do the clear wax. I've already done the light brown on there. I'm going to do the clear wax over the whole thing. Stand up again. Samantha, tell your mom hi for me. Hope y'all are doing well, staying healthy. All right, gonna move this around again, y'all. Get a little bit closer to you. Okay, that's too close. There we go. All right, so I'm taking the clear and I'm getting pretty generous with it, okay? You want a good overall coat. It's looking so pretty. Oh my gosh, yes. And when you do start putting this clear on the whole thing, where you went and did your little light brown, that really begins to shine through really beautifully. And like I mentioned earlier, even if you decide, ooh, I want a little more brown right there, you can come in and barely dab your brush in it and do it in here. Literally, I just put a little extra brown. Very generous on your whole thing. And what I'll do, as soon as I get this completely in the clear, I'll take my rag and loosely wipe it off, and then I'll start on the sides. Of course you are, Alicia. I know you like to do this too. Hey, Alicia, you missed earlier. I was telling them I think I might start offering this as a service. Drop off your piece of furniture in my driveway. I'll paint it. You come back and get it. Like, no contact, right? I'm almost done with my wax up top. And it's very easy to determine where you still need wax. We'll do these sides. It's bouncing back and forth a little bit. Okay. So now I'll take my rag and I just want to, not really, really deep, but again, just to help it be nice and smooth, I wipe down the Plus, if there was any little extra globs of wax, which usually there isn't, but it just makes it nice and smooth. Get around the edges here. Okay. It's so pretty. Let me see if y'all can, let me try to get a little bit closer there. I don't know if you could, this thing can be kind of top heavy. A 7-piece king bedroom suit. Oh my God, I think Brad would kill me. This is, y'all, I'm trying to get this adjusted again because it's wanting to be top heavy on me. Alicia, as long as it's one piece at a time, I don't know if you remember a few years ago, it would have been in 2015 when we bought the house in Oxford. Brad and I painted a dining room table that had the leaf in the middle, and 6 chairs, I think 6 chairs, and then the buffet to go with it. And I literally, I think it was even before we were married. We might have been engaged, but he was like, I'm never doing chairs again, like ever. But man, I could do one piece at a time though of your bedroom suit, right? All right, I gotta wax the rest of this. Or, gosh. All right, I'm gonna try to hold this and paint, so, or in wax. And then Alicia had also mentioned even like virtual classes, like if somebody wanted to do their own, they could have their piece at home and then we jump on Zoom or whatever, and I could walk them through the steps. Okay, so, oh, there we go. I'm trying to hold on to this thing. Alicia, this is a brand new kind of swanky little outfit I got going here, set up. It's got the little LED light and microphone and all that, but I've got to figure out, it keeps getting top heavy because of my phone. When I try to like bend it down. I don't know if you saw it, but yesterday I did a live with Craig. Craig used to work for me when I was at Comcast here. He was my video producer. And we did a live on essentially best practices for all of us in this virtual world now for videos. And Lord have mercy, I was distorted. My side of it was distorted just about the whole time. At least he was clear, but I thought, seriously? I'm doing a video about best practices for videos and I'm blurry. Lord have mercy. All right, I gotta have my hand back. I think it'll be okay. Adjust it. Nope. There we go. I was doing the bottom in clear. Yeah, Alicia, I've gotten my, I've got an order form ready and everything for doing it. I just hadn't pulled the trigger on it yet. I'm having my website completely revamped to more accurately reflect what it is I do. And I could have a whole section on there that's for the chalk painting. All right, so I'm gonna wipe this down. I love this color. It's so pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to call it. My battery's getting low on my phone. So I'm just going to do the clear on the sides. And then I've still got to do the clear on my drawers. And then just let it dry for a little while. And then I'll post pictures later. So thank you, everybody, for watching. I will put in the comments the color that this is, the silver mink. And then y'all let me know if you have any other questions. And yeah, Alicia, let me know if you want to drop off one piece of your king bedroom suit. Not all 7. All right, y'all have a great Saturday. I'll post pictures later.